Today we're installing a Diamond Eye catback system on our 2012 Ford EcoBoost. This is part number K3330A. Again, this is a catback 4-inch system for the Ford EcoBoost. This fits the 2011 to 2013 model year trucks. Inside the K3330A box, you will receive, first off, your Diamond Eye muffler, two tail sections of pipe for the kit, the piece that hooks up to the catalytic converter pipe, and also this extension pipe. And then we'll have a box of hardware that'll also come in the kit. That'll have, let's see, 4 hangers in it, and new bolts to attach to the catalytic converter pipe. To start off with, we're going to go through the tools needed for our installation. First off, just some penetrating oil, WD-40 or anything like that. And I suggest spraying down all of your fasteners that you're going to be using right here from your catalytic pipe. You want to spray those down. And they call this a moisture condenser. You'll be unhooking it there, and then spray your hangers, your rubber hangers as well. There's one right above the muffler, and then one at the tailpipe section. Okay, tools you're going to need for the install: 10 metric, 13 metric, 14 metric, excuse me, and a 15 metric as well. Raw sockets is what I'm going to use for my installation. To start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and loosen up here at this moisture, what they call a moisture condenser. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this bolt up. Now we're going to come up to catalytic converter pipe. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and loosen these bolts first. Okay, and now we've got our catalytic converter pipe. We've got it loosened up, and we've got it loosened up behind our moisture condenser. What we're going to do is we're actually going to push the entire exhaust backwards to give us a little bit of clearance here. Okay, so we're going to push everything back. The good thing about the excuse me, the hangers on the EcoBoost is only one of them has got a keeper on it in the rubber bushing, and it's this one that attaches to the front of the muffler. Everything else, all the other hangers are straight, so they work inside the bushings pretty well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and unhook our front pipe. Go ahead and remove the fasteners, and it will, once you've got it loosened up, it will want to drop on you, so make sure you keep a hand on it there. Okay. Now with the pipe down like this, we're going to go ahead and remove it from the muffler pipe with a little bit of gentle persuasion. Okay, and now we're going to vary a little bit from what Diamond Eye's instructions tell you to do. Not that their way won't work, but what we're going to do is, again, on the exhaust hangers, the only one of the Ford hangers, the stock hangers, that's actually got the little keeper on it that'll actually block it is this one on the front of the muffler. So this hanger is actually turned opposite of what all the rest of the hangers. This hanger here is, of course, open towards the front of the truck, and so are the 2 rear hangers. So everything really needs to go that way before we drop the exhaust out. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take this mounting bracket here, our very front one, off. This is 10 metric, and behind it they've already got keepers that are made into the frame. So we're just going to remove it just to make it a little easier. All right, we're going to remove the hanger, and we will be reinstalling it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to shove the whole exhaust towards the back. And by doing that, that should release us from all 3 of our hangers. Now you're going to want to have an extra hand with you. I've got Lurch with me today. We're going to go ahead and just drop it all the way back, and then we're going to bring it right out the front. Now, if you're trying to do this in your driveway at home, it's going to be a little bit difficult because you're not going to have a whole lot of room to work down. So if you've got some way to be able to jack the truck up to just give yourself a little bit of clearance to be able to shimmy the exhaust out, you're in good shape. So I don't suggest cutting it unless you absolutely have to. You know, you may want to put this back on in case the product is not exactly what you were looking for. But in this case, we're going to drop it all out in one piece. So I'm going to go your way, Adam. All right, that gets you cleared. That brought our exhaust out all in one piece. So now we're good to go ahead and hook up to our catalytic converter pipe, then put our new exhaust in. Okay, good. Watch your head. First step when you're going to install the Diamond Eye kit is what you want to do is you want to hang your muffler, because once you hang your muffler, that will let you mock everything else up, and you can kind of see how the system's going to set up there and if you need to use your intermediate pipe or not. There's several different wheelbases of this truck for the F-150s. Ours is a 4-door, I guess what you'd consider a short bed, so it would be a little bit smaller of a wheelbase. So first thing that what we're going to do is we're actually going to hang our muffler. So there's 2 sets of hangers in the kits that I already have brackets welded to them. What we're going to do is we're going to install those first, and this will be what our muffler is actually going to, or is going to set in for the time being. All right. Now we didn't reinstall our front hanger. There's not going to really going to be a need to, and you'll see why here. Okay. All right. So you just want to make sure that you can go ahead and put your muffler up here so you can look at the rest of the system and see if you need to put your intermediate pipe in and have to cut it anyway. So, and again, it helps to have a couple extra hands here. All right. So you can see with our muffler up, we've kind of got it mocked up here, and we've got plenty of room frontwards. We're pretty close to our catalytic converter pipe. So now what Adam's going to do is he's going to drop in here, and we're actually going to put the pipe in and just check it to see how it fits up. And going to the front pipe, that's very close. You can see right there, that's very close. So we're not going to need the intermediate pipe at all. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our front pipe in. All right. Perfect. All right, now you'll use the hardware that Diamond Eye sends with your kit. Okay. Flat washer and lock washer on the back side of it. Then your nut. That's going to let us, we've got enough room inside of our bracketry to move these to where they'll be able to clamp and get us a good seal everywhere. And at the back as well, we've got some room to move. So this is just about perfect. The way the pipes turn, we're clearing everything. So we're good to go here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to leave everything else loose, and we're going to start working on our tailpipe section. All right, we're going to start off hanging our tailpipe section now, and first part that we're going to hang is we're actually going to hang over the axle pipe. We're going to go ahead and get it on. Now again, we're not clamping anything down here, we're just loose fitting everything up and checking how, see how everything's going to look here. All right, so that's our over the axle piece, and our tailpipe section will go directly into that. Now there'll be a hanger back here for the tailpipe section, so this one's going to be just a little bit more difficult, but if you kind of just give it a rough start in the hanger, then that'll let you get back to your over the pipe section a little bit better. Just like that. Shit, I don't know how to do that without help. It's hard. You gotta have one man turning.
Right, do we have a 63mm turbo that's T4?
No. Needed a little shorter. Have that hammer behind you. Might be able to. Good.
Hanger now. It's getting up there. It's going to have to come from the more.
All right. There it is. Okay. There it is. Yeah, that's perfect. Can it
Yeah, you can put
turn just a little bit? Here you go. All right. Okay. All right, so that's got our tailpipe section on now. What we're going to do now is there's two more clamps that are in our kit. We'll go ahead and attach them. This clamp here. We'll go for our over the axle section. Then we're going to have another clamp that's going to be left over because we didn't use the intermediate pipe, so we won't be using it. So we're going to go through and tighten up all of our hardware now, and we'll go through and tighten up all of our hardware. Check everything, make sure that it's clearing. You got to make sure that your heat shield, that you're clearing your heat shield back here at the very back. See this? You want to make sure it clears there. And other than that, going through and tightening everything up and making sure you're clearing everything, drive shaft, not touching anything. Then we're going to start it up and let you have a listen to it. All right, so that completes our install of our Diamond Eye 4-inch exhaust system for our EcoBoost. I said 2012 before. This is actually a 2013 truck, but part number K3330A is in Alpha. And this kit actually fits 11 to the 2013 EcoBoost. Here's the sound clip for you so you can hear what it sounds like. Go ahead, Larch. So as you can see, I mean, it's definitely got a difference in change in tone. It's kind of got a little bit deeper tone to it. Driving around inside the cab, it's not too loud. It definitely not going to drown out any conversation or anything that you're going to have inside the cab. So that completes our install. If you got any questions, please let us know.